Hello everyone. The New Zealand dollar gained against the Australian dollar overnight as house prices in New Zealand rose at the fastest pace they have in 5 years, and electronic card spending also increased. These signs of growth suggest that the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is likely to keep interest rates steady for the time being. The Australian dollar, on the other hand, the National Australia Bank Index of Australian Business Confidence plunged yesterday despite the Reserve Bank of Australia's recent cut in interest rates. That's keeping alive thoughts that the RBA might have to cut rates further and weakening the Australian dollar. The result was that the New Zealand dollar performed well, while the Aussie weakened against most currencies. Aussie New Zealand, as a result, fell to the lowest it's been in 5 weeks. Now, the New Zealand dollar has been been the best performing major currency this year, as its economy is relatively strong and the agricultural commodities it sells have done well, not to mention its relatively high interest rates. The Australian dollar has also gained this year, but not by as much as energy and iron ore haven't done as well. We think both currencies can rally further, but they're getting a little stretched. The OECD rates the Australian dollar as the most overvalued currency in the world on a purchasing power parity basis, and the New Zealand dollar is fairly high up too. On the other hand, we think as long as the Fed keeps the liquidity spigot open, which seems likely, money is likely to flow into commodities, and the commodity currencies should do relatively well. We expect in this process that the New Zealand dollar should outperform the Australian dollar for the time being. In the long term, though, these currencies appear overvalued and don't represent good fundamental value. But in the long term, we're all dead, so that's not a way to make short-term strategy. So the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar to benefit as the Fed keeps the funds flowing. The New Zealand dollar should outperform Australia owing to its stronger economy and the rates outlook. This is Marshall Gittler, head of Global FX Strategy for IronFX, wishing you good trading.